Here's a video on how to install an engine filter on a 2010 to 2012 Chevy Equinox and GMC Terrain 2.4 4-cylinder and 3.0 V6. Here's the part number for the stock AC Delco filter. There are many options out there, but I'm just going to use the stock replacement since I know it works and fits well. Here is the tools you will need. I like to use a magnet pad to hold my screws so they're not lost. I have some painter's tape here, or you can use masking tape. You'll see later in the video why I use this. You will also need a T20 Torx screwdriver and an optional flathead screwdriver. In the owner's manual on page 1014, it tells you a little bit of direction on how to change this filter, but it gives you poor information in my opinion. I found it kind of funny, it doesn't even mention that it uses Torx screws. Okay, let's get started. First you'll notice this vacuum hose on the side of the airbox. We will need to remove this to get to the filter. Real easy to remove, just squeeze down the two plastic clips and pull back. You can go ahead and put the hose to the side or just tie it out of the way. So there are 4 Torx screws at all 4 corners of the airbox. Okay, so I'm just going to start removing them. Here's a quick tip to hold the screw into place so you won't lose it, which in this tight engine area, it's almost impossible to fish it out. So once the screw is almost out, just take some tape, wrap it around the driver and the screw. When using the masking tape, it's really easy to take off. So once you have all the screws out, all you need to do is go ahead and lift up on the top box. And at this point, if you want, you can go ahead and reach in there and take out the filter and replace it with the new one. Since I want to make sure the filter is seated correctly, and I want to check the box, and I want to make sure the area is clean. So I just need to do this extra step to remove this top air box. The only thing holding it in place is this mass airflow sensor plug and this actual hose. So I just need to remove the hose. I won't mess with the mass airflow sensor. And I just need to remove the hose clamp and go ahead and put the hose to the side. And you would just use your flathead screwdriver for that step. And once the top airbox is free, I just go ahead and flip it up, and you can actually see the mass airflow sensor. Make sure not to touch the sensor, or I wouldn't wipe it with the cloth as well. I would just stay away from it. I just place the top filter box upside down, so that way I'm not affecting the sensor plug. So here's the filter. It's pretty dirty. My Equinox has about 15,000 miles on it, and it's been about a year to put that mileage on. Since I live in Arizona, it's super dusty here, especially with our huge dust storms in the summer, so I'll probably change it every 15,000 miles. Here's some side-by-side pictures. Also, when you get the new filter, don't be freaked out on the huge glue across the bottom. That's just how these filters come. I've seen it on other brands as well. So at this point, you can clean the area if you want. Next, after cleaning the area the best we can, we're just going to install the new filter and just make sure it's seated correctly at all 4 corners. Next, just install the top portion of the airbox. You can place it into position. You can place the tube back on as well to help the box seat correctly, but we will not be tightening the tube hose clamp yet. Once the box is seated, I then attach some tape on the driver and screw. I'm going to start at the back of the box, then go to the opposite side until all screws are in. But I don't tighten them all the way down until I have all the screws into place. I'll show you here on with my fingernail. There's the top airbox on the bottom has a small little gap. That just means it's not tightened down all the way. So go ahead and just tighten all 4 corners down. And you don't want to over tighten since this is plastic and it can crack. Once all 4 screws are tight, you can go ahead and tighten down the hose clamp. Just make sure the hose is over the actual inlet hole completely. And for stock, it even has a little tiny arrow, and you want matching up with the box. Just go ahead and tighten firmly into place. Last step is to simply install the vacuum hose back. should feel or hear about 2 clicks to make sure it's into place. That's it. So thanks for watching, and hopefully this video is helpful to you. So make sure and check out my other how-to videos.